Hi guys, to this week's tarot reading. As you know, every week for the last 3 weeks I have done a reading for the week, and I have found it, as I've started to do it, I found it really interesting to see what cards are being pulled, and actually really useful to see what's being pulled and to actually utilize them. And I pulled the cards, these 5 cards, and then I find that actually I use them throughout the week. So last week's cards were really quite pertinent, and I find that they really have a important message, not only for the personal, but the individual, but also for the collective. And I'm going to continue doing these tarot readings for the week, and I'm going to be putting them up on YouTube. I would like to start doing them on YouTube Live, and but I need more subscribers. I need 1,000 subscribers. So if you're interested to have me do it on YouTube Live, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rebecca Shaman. The reason why I would prefer to do it on YouTube Live is because some people don't have Instagram, and when I do it on Facebook, people on Facebook don't have Instagram. Some people don't have Facebook. So if I do it on YouTube Live, everyone seems to have access to YouTube. So that's why I wanted to start doing it on YouTube. Anyway, enough of that. I'm shuffling the cards. This is for the coming week, the 20th to the 27th. And we are going to be in lockdown for another 3 weeks here in the UK. So I'll be doing it for another 3 weeks. And then even if as it lifts, the cards always have powerful messages for us. So looking forward to reading to you. So I always do, just before I do any reading, I just get people just to have a moment in quiet and just to center into the heart and take a breath. And just tune into the cards. And that's always a nice way of just balancing the day. It's been a beautiful day outside. I hope that you got some good vitamin C from the sun and got to enjoy yourself in nature. It's really beautiful at the moment. I'm sure the bluebells are looking wonderful. And so I cut the pack 3 times. I always cut the pack 3 times. I find that breaks the energy up of the cards, and also the person who is doing the reading then puts them back in one pile, and that means that they have a connection to the cards. So I'm going to put them back in one pile. I then ask people to pick a number from 1 till 9, and I'm getting a 9 today. So let's see what the first card has for us. Well, the first card is really the card for where we are at right now and what we need to know for this week. So an overall card for this week. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got the Fool. And I love this card. The Fool is the 0 card of the pack. It reminds us that the universe, we need to trust in the universe. The Fool was the only person in the king's court that wasn't afraid to speak the truth to the king. So when we're a fool, we're able to speak our truth. We're able to verbalize how we're really feeling, what our thoughts are, and we don't care what anyone else thinks about that. We play the fool. We have the fool. We embody the archetype of the fool, and Trump is the archetypal fool in that he says exactly what he thinks and what he feels without any regard to what's going on around him or how people react to him. And we are seeing a lot of energy coming in from the social media. Certainly, if we're putting up our ideas or our thoughts, we can be easily attacked. And the Fool doesn't care about that. The Fool just really holds strong to who they are. And the Fool, the Rebel, and the Master are all the same archetype. In order to be the master of yourself, you have to be a rebel. In order to be a rebel, you have to be the Fool. So being the Fool is an important part of the process of having mastery over self, because once we know who we are, once we know what our truth is, we're not afraid to verbalize it, we're not afraid to share it, and we're not afraid to being ourselves. So this card is really about, do not be afraid of saying what you're really feeling. This week, don't be afraid to say what you're really feeling, and don't take it personally. It's one of the 4 Toltec agreements that we can make to ourselves, is not to take anything personally. There's a lot of high energy. People are quite touchy at the moment. So it's about coming back down to your own inner truth, listening to your own inner truth and following your own inner truth and wisdom, and to enable yourself to trust the universe and to walk your path. And it's always represented by the Fool. In the traditional tarot, it's the Magician, and the Magician holds his hand up, one hand up like this and one hand down to the earth, so one hand up to heaven, one hand down to the earth, knowing that they're a channel for universal energy and Mother Earth. And when you become a pure channel for the universal energies, the Galactic Center and Mother Earth, then you have total trust and faith that everything's going to be okay, and that whatever happens on your path, you're going to be safe. And so this is really about trusting the Fool, trusting what's happening this week, and coming back. Also, the Fool for me is a little bit of playfulness, not taking it too seriously, but being able to laugh at other people's reactions and holding your own truth inside of you. So that's the Fool. Great. So we'll pick a guidance card for this week. The first guidance card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I got Control. And this is quite an interesting card. It really is saying knowing where we're in control and where we're not, because there's no point in worrying about something that you're not in control of. And we can spend a lot of time worrying about something we're not in control of, and it doesn't even happen anyway. So this week, it's becoming aware of what you are actually in control of and what you're not in control of. And what we are really only in control of is our own emotions, our own reactions, and our own responses. So just becoming aware this week of that separation between what is worth changing because you have control over it, and what you need to let go of because it's not serving you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So having control over how you react or respond to someone's behavior or someone's criticisms or negativity, that's what you have in control of. You can't control them, and you can't control what's happening with them. So you can only control what you're doing. Also, on a bigger level, we can't control what's going to happen next, the lockdown, all of that. So there's absolutely no point in worrying about it right now. We just need to go moment to moment, step by step, each day as we're in this, until we know what's going to happen next. So this is really about recognizing that difference and changing the things that you can change that are in your control, and letting go of anything that isn't in control, that you're not in control of. Right, let's pick another card, another guidance card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're going with the flow. I think that's a perfect card. Going with the flow. So this is about surrendering to the flow. Let's just go with the flow this week. This is 4th week of lockdown, so we're pretty much aware of what's happening next and how it's happening, and we know what's coming. So this week, rather than fight and worry about what's going to happen in the future, just going with the flow, allowing yourself to surrender into the current of whatever this current is taking you this week. So when we surrender to that flow, when we surrender to the current, we can actually enjoy it a lot more. So this week I really urge you to just let go, take on the energy of the Fool, let go of the control, and go with the flow. Brilliant. Let's pick the lesson that we're needing to learn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beyond illusion. And this is the lesson that we're needing to learn. Look, the veil is lifting, and we are really seeing the truth coming out. And it was always inevitable that this was the time that it was going to come out. And when we go beyond the illusion, we see beyond the veil of illusion, and we see the reality, and that can be painful and it can be scary. But at the moment, we're still not seeing. So when you open a door a little bit, you're only getting a glimpse of the view. You're not seeing the whole view. And at the moment, we're only getting glimpses. The door is opening, the veil is lifting, but we're not seeing the full picture. So this week it's really about recognizing what is beyond the illusion, but what you don't know, what we don't know. We can't, there's some things we just don't know yet. The veil hasn't fully lifted. So we need to be aware of the illusion, and we need to see beyond the illusion. But while we're seeing beyond the illusion, it's really not allowing ourselves to make up assumptions. And that's the key here. To be sure that we're actually seeing the reality and not creating an assumption that we presume is happening because we presume it is. And assuming makes an ass out of you and me. So actually, the lesson that we're learning here is to go beyond the illusion of what we think is happening, but also not making too many wild guesses. And I would say that much more in our individual life as well. I mean, we're seeing things happening on a very personal level and enabling us to see beyond the illusion to a greater reality, a more powerful reality, really, really helps us to surf what is happening at the moment. So again, whatever is resonating with you is your truth. Okay, so whatever you're reading on the internet, whatever you're digesting, whatever information is coming to you, whatever you're feeling, that's your reality, that's your belief, whatever your intuition is, that's where you are feeling connected. So allowing that intuition to guide you in where you feel your beliefs are lying. And everyone will have a different perspective over this. Everyone will see reality differently. You just need to be able to see beyond your own illusions of what you think the world was like. And this is what's going to be happening this week. We're going to see a lot of that veil, more of that veil removing. And so we need a moving forward card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Breakthrough. So that's wonderful. So for me, it's about breaking through some of the boundaries. Again, we're going into week 4. So this is the week where we know what's happening. We know the drill. We know what's going on. We've all more or less have got into a regular structure and routine now. We're finding our way forward, and so really it's about breaking through some of the barriers, some of the blocks this week. If you've been feeling sluggish and unmotivated, utilizing this week now to get up and do something, following that intuition and that creativity. So if you've always wanted to learn guitar or learn another language, that you have been feeling super unmotivated, this is really the week to break through some of that demotivation, break through some of that despondency, and really allowing yourself to enjoy this week doing what you need to do. And again, taking the messages of the other cards, this is the final card that really fits well, which is walking the path of the Fool this week, following your path, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, whatever you believe, really trusting yourself, really honouring your message and yourself, and really going, walking forward in the way that you want to, and not feeling threatened or pressurised by anybody else. Letting go of control, and being able to change what you can and let go of what you can't control. Going with the flow. This week, just allowing yourself to fully go with the flow. Last week we got the fighting card. This week is all about going with the flow. Going beyond the illusion, this is the lesson we're needing to learn. Seeing beyond the illusion, recognising that there's a lot happening and becoming aware of that, and breaking through any resistances or demotivated energies to actually start doing something this week, following that intuition, following that inner energy, and actually getting up and making something happen this week. And the final card that I always pick is the one underneath, and this is the one that's in the unconscious, and it's the slowing down card. And I love this card. I think it's perfect. We've got another 3 weeks of lockdown in the UK, and so things are still slowing down, and if you're still racing ahead trying to go back to how it was, it won't ever go back to that. So really taking this week to slow down, to take it easy, to start enjoying the lockdown. I know it's difficult. I know there's a lot of people are in a difficult situation, but there's no point in fighting what we're stuck in. So allowing yourself to slow down, enjoy nature. The sun is going to be shining beautifully in England, in the UK, all week. So it is a beautiful time to go out in nature, take that vitamin C. Know that, represented by the turtle, that you have everything inside of you that you need in order to walk forward. So that's the cards for this week, for the 20th to the 27th. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I really hope you enjoyed that. I will write a summary of that and of the cards and put it up on Instagram. And wishing you all a wonderful week ahead. May you all flow beautifully as we slow down and come into the next week in lockdown. I also want to mention before I go that on Wednesday I'm doing a very special online ceremony for the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. So it's the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, and it's on the Taurus new moon. And so I'm going to do a big online ceremony with or without cacao and I want to bring as many people together to send our love and healing out to humanity, to all living things, to Mother Earth, but also to hear what messages she has for us on how we can serve her more, how we can serve humanity more, and what we need to know in order to move forward in connection as we move forward and as things are changing so dramatically, to hear what our part might be in that change. So if you are interested to join me, please visit my website, RebeccaShaman.com, and there will be a link to the ceremony. I'd love you to be there to join me. I'm hoping to get 500 people to join me in this ceremony to heal and serve Mother Earth. So it would be wonderful to see you there on Wednesday. If not, see you online sometime during the week, and see you next Sunday for the next tarot reading. Take care and bye for now.